Welcome back, everyone. This is our usual weekly Friday night live stream, the lazy routine that broke my weight loss. What awesome words, right? A lazy routine that can break a weight loss.
Yes, it is possible. There is a lazy routine out there, and all three of us have lived it, have experienced it. Coach Alyssa teaches it. Todd shares about it all the time. The lazy routine that broke our weight loss and is breaking weight losses all around the world starts with nutrition first. Okay. So let's start with the nutrition. I'm going to give you all the hacks throughout this live stream that don't just include nutrition. Do we hear an echo? Because I do.
We do. I'm not sure where it's coming from, to be honest with you.
Okay, let's see. Okay, the echo is gone, so we should be good. For me, the nutrition hack is a high fat carnivore diet. And let me just pull up my plate right here. A high fat carnivore diet that I have been snacking on all day because I've been back to back in meetings. So when I can't sit down and eat a proper meal of fatty meat, I will be snacking on my blocks of butter. Let me give you a breakdown real quick, okay? So, do you see the color difference? Looks pretty different, right? We've got a deep gold and then we've got a pale yellow. The deep gold is the raw butter from Miller's Farm, but you can get raw butter anywhere, any farm. And the pale yellow is actually an Amish roll butter, but it's pasteurized. Yeah. You would think like Amish butter would also be extremely beautifully colored, but it's really pale compared to the raw butter. So
Mm.
let me show you exactly how to do it. Okay. Just in case you need to see it. That's it. That's it. Have you guys heard of this guy called Butter Bob?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What is his slogan?
Butter makes your pants fall off.
Fall off. Yep.
No truer words. Hands down the best words ever. And I'm just so happy this movement is spreading and it's growing, and more people are realizing that butter does make your pants fall off. I'm going to pass it off to my teammate here, Todd Bockness. Nutritionally speaking, what helped break your many weight loss stalls?
Well, for sure. Just like you said, upping my fat intake was number one. And then number two was making sure that I didn't have any seasonings or anything that were causing me stalls or anything silly. And especially, like not having coffee and stuff in my diet, those things that were really messing with my digestion and my signaling were the big things that I had to pull out. And dietarily, those are the things that made the biggest difference for sure.
And Coach Alyssa, do share your knowledge.
So I definitely see with a lot of people in the community that sometimes the weight stall is a matter of number one, under eating. So many times they're just not eating often enough. So when they do eat, their body is like, oh, let's hang on to this. Just tuck it away because we don't know when we're getting our next meal. So once we can get them to eat more, usually through priming or gentle priming, then their metabolism revs up. And then they're able to go back down to a normal portions, normal size eating, or go into fasting if they need to. And their body actually responds by letting go of the excess weight.
Beautifully said. So, for those who are currently in a weight loss stall and are already carnivore, okay, let's explore this with Coach Alyssa. She's coming to us. Let's say she just joined Steak and Butter Gang and she says, look, I've been carnivore for weeks now. I don't understand why people all around me are losing 10s, 20s, hundreds of pounds, like Limitless Lindy herself. How come my weight is not budging? What am I doing wrong? What do you say to those questions?
Oh gosh. Well, where do we start, right? I mean, sometimes it's a matter of like letting go of things that could be inflaming you. Like, for example, sometimes it's dairy, sometimes it's people are having reactions to pork or something like that. And so sometimes it's a matter of like, okay, let's give it maybe a 3-day lion diet, just a washout period. With that, usually I see weight loss almost immediately, whether it's just water weight from inflammation. But yeah, the next question after that is, what are you eating? How much are you eating? And so often, 9 times out of 10, they're under eating. And so, yeah, again, just priming or gentle priming is the way out of that.
Absolutely. And so let me just reiterate what Coach Alyssa beautifully laid out for us here. Yes, there may be irritants, causing the weight loss stall. So we always try to dig deeper than just you're doing something wrong. It's not that simple. It's never black and white. Have you tried cutting out the cheese? Have you tried cutting out the cream in your coffee? Those foods do add up. And yes, they infamously cause weight loss stalls. Once you've played around with that, are you willing to take it a step further just for curiosity's sake and try a lion diet? Lucky for you guys, we're sitting here with the lion diet expert and queen herself. Coach Alyssa thrives on a lion diet. Now, share how long you've been on a lion diet and also what you healed, please.
Yeah, so it's been almost 2 years on Lion Diet, and I've healed chronic migraines, type 2 diabetes. Let's see, I'm almost in remission from lupus, SLE. Uh, so many things I could list. I mean, my psoriasis, no more psoriasis, and chronic anxiety and depression. So there are definitely so many things that I've healed with it.
And define what a lion diet is.
It's just ruminant meat, salt, and water. No seasonings, no pork or chicken or eggs or dairy, just ruminants. So it's beef, bison, lamb, goat, elk, deer. Those are the ruminants.
Todd, have you ever tried a lion diet?
Oh yeah, I've been on. I didn't choose to do lion diet, but I naturally evolved into a lion diet because it's what I feel best doing. But I've been realistically over the last almost 3 years, I've been doing carnivore. Probably 60% of it's been lion diet. In the last the majority of the last 7 8 months have been strict lion. But it's just because what naturally makes me feel the best and what naturally heals up my lymphatic system the most.
Beautiful. Yeah, I wanted to shine some light on this lion diet approach that really changes so many people's lives. And actually, in the Steak and Butter Gang Challenge this month, in just 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, in a few days in the Steak and Butter Gang, Coach Alyssa herself is doing a lion diet themed call. So she's going to answer any and all questions on how to do a lion diet as best as possible, give her best tips and knowledge. And so I just wanted to put some awareness on the fact that we have 90-day challenges within our carnivore community. So if you are loving these free live streams that we do every Friday night, but you're craving for more, whether it's more guidance, more connection, more Q&A, more hand-holding basically, I want you to know that we have 90-day challenges tailored specifically to handhold and guide you through this daunting process. We know how scary eating nothing but meat can be. I mean, come on, everybody around us doubts us, judges us, tells us we're going to die of a heart attack. So, walking it with a team of coaches, of doctors, as shown on the screen, I'm sure you can tell that some of these faces are literally the reason why we are carnivore. Dr. Chafee, Dr. Baker, Coach Raymond, Dr. Bright, Ovadia. So we work hard to bring you amazing guest speakers, but also the team of coaches are in there day in, day out, doing meetings, answering your questions live on a Zoom call. So it is nothing like these live streams. You get to speak to the team, you get to ask questions live to these doctors showing up on screen, and you get guides, calendars to follow. It's very difficult to not succeed and stick to it for 90 days with the Steak and Butter Gang protocol. So just wanted to put that out there. It is linked down below in the description box if you guys are ready for a 90-day challenge. Okay? Awesome. So moving on to the next lazy hack, I just want to share the activity part because we get a lot of people who are still stuck in the mindset. Bella, I thought I have to move more and eat less. So tell me the workouts that you're doing. What am I supposed to do with exercise? Right? I literally didn't exercise my first 4 years of a carnivore diet because I was that deep in healing. I was that tired and I needed the sleep, the recovery, and the rest. And Coach Alyssa, I know you can relate to this too. What is your advice for when someone thinks they have to exercise to lose weight?
Yeah, you absolutely don't. And of course, movement is encouraged, but I would say don't just feel like you have to get a gym membership or you have to do this many squats or push ups or anything like that. First, let your food heal you. And then once you're feeling well enough, then you'll be able to do the exercise you want to do. And, I myself, I came from a very malnourished place, and then I ended up coming up to a very healthy weight. And then I went a little bit further than that, and I was like, "Oh no, I think I need to start doing a little bit more movement." And so I set my goal to be 7,000 steps, and I know that sounds like a lot, but 7,000 steps really is not that much. And I can do it at any pace that I'm comfortable with. It's not like I'm, speed walking up and down my street or on a treadmill or anything like that. You can even break it up throughout the day, which is what I do. So, just simply after meal, going for a little stroll, a gentle walk. And a lot of people don't know it, but if you do 7,000 steps 5 times a week, it's actually a great minimalist workout. So I don't even want to call it a workout because it's just so lazy, but that's the exact number of steps that you need to reduce coronary plaque. So it's for my heart health because lupus attacks all of your organs. My liver, my heart, my spleen, even like so my gallbladder. I almost lost some of these organs, and that's what I do to keep my heart healthy.
Wow. Do you do the 7,000 steps all at once or in increments?
Definitely increments. I just break it up, yeah, throughout the day.
Perfect. Perfect. For those watching the live stream, comment and share how many steps do you typically walk in a day? Would love to just see the variety in steps. If you even track, if you don't track, just share how many minutes of walking do you actively aim for? And then Todd, when it comes to exercise, what are your words of wisdom of what you've learned?
Yeah, well, probably the easiest exercise that's helped me lose weight is actually sleep. Work, sleeping more. So the physical activity that I've done was when I was only getting 5 or 6 hours of sleep. I couldn't break a stall most of the time, but moving that to 7 or 8 hours of sleep broke a stall. So a better bedtime routine. But on just what Alyssa was saying, I wanted to chime in on that too about the when you feel better, you'll be able to do those movements, and that hit pretty hard today actually because I hired a private trainer and I joined a gym for the winter because I wanted to just get better at understanding the mechanics and the form of strength training better because I'm not gonna lie, I've got a gym right outside this door, but I keep hurting myself because I keep doing stupid things because I don't have the form or the mechanics. And so I hired
Right.
a coach in SBG when I started doing carnivore. And so I hired a trainer when I started lifting so that I could do the best thing. And so, and when I was talking to him today, we worked out for an hour and it all kind of really came around because he said, "How was that?" Because I'd been basically atrophying for the last 7 years, and I said, "You know what's crazy is this absolutely proves my point that when you're healthy and you're not, when you're nourished and you heal, this is fun." Because I said,
Mm,
this whole 1 hour workout where you were worried and I have sore muscles right now, this was easy compared to just taking a shower when I was 700 pounds. Like this whole 1 hour workout that's going to change my life. And if I can make it a routine, is way easier than it was just to get to the bathroom to take a pee, you know, 34
right.
months ago. And so that goes to prove the point that it's not about eat less, move more, and you'll get to where you want to go. It's about nourish the body, stop putting the poison in, get the food cravings to go away, and heal the body with nourishment. And then you'll want to move more, and it'll be easy, and you will absolutely dig into it. And that really came home today. In fact,
Could not have said it better. I wholeheartedly felt that because when I was vegan for 6 years, I couldn't even pick up my Amazon box that I ordered online. If it was just a couple pounds, my wrists would be shaking. I was that weak and I was that malnourished. And after I went carnivore, I literally did nothing but go from a vegan diet to a carnivore diet. The shaking and the trembling stopped. So this really goes to show all you have to do, everyone, is just eat right, rest right. The rest will just happen naturally. When you are adapted and you are feeling great and in the groove, then you can start adding in intentional activity, maybe some biohacking if that interests you. But week after week after week, this team right here, they tirelessly say the same thing because it's just that important. So, excuse us if we sound like a broken record and you come every week, but we are also aware that we get new viewers every week as well. So now we can take the questions. Sorry for the longer intro today, but it's just so important. Let me put up our first one. Thanks, Todd. Go ahead. Speak for Noah. Welcome. Where do I get raw butter? Okay, let's put it up again. So, the deep gold butters from Miller's Farm. It's linked down below. I discovered them at Meat Stock, actually, which is a pretty famous carnivore event. And they had vendors. One of them was a raw dairy vendor, Miller's Farm. And from then on, I just specifically only eat raw butter from Miller's Farm. So the reason is just because of convenience. I highly recommend actually try to find local farms so that you can support your local farms, local ranchers, and just go to realmilk.com. That's the website to see if you have raw dairy near you. If there is no raw dairy near you, then you can rest assured that Miller's can ship to you their raw dairy. Okay, so that's linked down below if you guys don't mind checking that out. Thank you. Taryn, would the butter count when dropping dairy? What do you think, Alyssa?
Well, if you're a sensitive individual, yes. I mean, if you ask some people like Dr. Bright, she doesn't count butter as dairy. But if you are super sensitive, you may need to count it as dairy.
Perfect. Jeff, welcome. I lost 110 pounds and just stalled since April 26th, eating the same foods. No cream, very little cheese. Todd, what do you think?
Well, it could be a few things. My first thing I always go to is, are you under eating? Did you get panicked when you started to go through a natural stall? So you started cutting back more. That always puts you in a stall. And if that's not it, are you eating enough fat? Did something sneak in? Are you stressed out? Are you sleeping enough? There's so many things. And this is why I always tell people I don't get paid to say this. I don't get paid to be there, but I tell everybody to come see us in SPG because there's so many questions that we need, to ask you to understand that, but we can help you in our daily open chats, kind of diagnose that with you, but there's a simple cure for those things. And a lot of times when you're in a stall, even if you're doing everything right and you're in a stall, it's because your body is doing some healing and it's building some lean tissue and some muscle. So
Amazing. Okay, so keep us posted, Jeff. And let's say you can't join the challenge right now. Just keep us posted in these live streams that we have weekly, all of you. Okay, Anne says, what is the difference between butter and heavy cream whipped? If you continue to whip, it turns to butter. I was curious about that.
well, when you whip heavy cream, it will, but you separate the water, and the water has the milk fat, or what is it, the what do you call it, lactose, the milk sugars in it, and it's also got a bunch of the proteins in it in the whey. And so when you take that out of there, you're just left with the fat. It's just separating the fat and getting rid of the casomorphine and the casein and the milk sugars and all that stuff, and then you're just left with basically the fat.
Yeah, it's just strictly the fat and butter. So heavy cream, whipped or not, there's still a little bit of carb count. So it's not pure fat just yet. And then
Mhm.
if you are sensitive to butter, guys, ghee is going to be the next best thing. GHEE, clarified butter. Okay, Shini, welcome. Strict carnivore lost weight initially, regained during priming, lost it again, and doing level 2 and 3. Now regain weight in a significant way. Okay, average 800 grams of beef per day, and not sure what I'm doing wrong. So, Shini, is the regaining of the weight just like randomly, or did something happen? Because I find it interesting that if you're doing the same thing, how is the weight gaining back? Did you maybe have a little bit of a relapse? What do you think, Alyssa?
Yeah, and if she's on level 2 and 3, I'm wondering if maybe she's done some white knuckling through the fasting, and in which case, if she's, shut her metabolism down, her body is doing like what I mentioned at the beginning, preservation mode. You give it this much food, it's going to keep it there. So you may need to go back and prime some more to get that metabolism, sorry, revved back up, and so that your body will let go.
Yes, and give us some more details if you, Shini, don't mind. Then we can circle back and help you a little bit better. For those who just joined the live stream, we are now taking questions. So it helps me and the team figure out which are questions and which are live chat messages. If you can just start with a capital Q. So capital Q, type your question. We will help you out. Okay, next up, Kim. Can the butter be store-bought butter and that is not raw? Yeah, absolutely. Let me bring up the plate again. Although it's a little bit more pale in color, the Amish pasteurized butter is still a fantastic food. It's still so good for you, and it's going to help nourish you, fight the sugar cravings, bring down the cortisol, just all the good stuff. So you don't need to feel pressured that you must only eat raw butter, just like how I believe you don't need to eat grass-fed, grass-finished everything. Buy what you can afford. Enjoy the journey, please. Carrie, it seems I'm overeating lately because I don't get full like I used to. I don't want to gain weight. What do you think, Todd?
I think your metabolism's healing, and I think your appetite's opening up because, like, the whole. This is what drives me crazy about the whole calorie restrictive thing, is that we're just trying to manipulate our body, but if we just give it back control. So if you're hungry, you should be eating because your metabolism's healing and it's putting that stuff to work as long as as long as it's a building block, as long as it's protein or fat or something that your body's needing, it's healing. And so it annoys people because we are so stuck on the weight and the scale and the amount that we're eating and all these things that it kind of scares us a little bit because where our heads are stuck in there. But the reality of it is, and I mean, I've even heard some of these influencers sitting here, carnivore influencers, you know, getting angry that people start to lean into the healing part and will gain a few pounds for a while. But I know it's not the fastest way, but it is the most permanent way. It is the most freeing way to actually get healthy and put it behind you once and for all, rather than chasing short gains until your metabolism crashes and then it all comes, screaming back. I mean, this is my favorite part of the carnivore diet is, in my life, I've lost 300 pounds twice before and 200 pounds twice before. I've lost over 1,000 pounds and gained it all back through calorie restricting and damaging my metabolism. And what I think is happening is actually a really good sign. If you are more hungry and you can't get full right now with carnivore foods, it's because your body is finally healing your metabolism and it's finally calling for more nutrients so that it can heal things up for you and build tissue and finally fill in that malnourished gap that you've been living with for a long time with a poor metabolism.
I love that. I'll just add for Carrie, if you are realizing that you need to eat more before you get full and you're afraid of that, as in, oh, just last month I could just eat half a pound of burgers and I'd be full, but this month I'm wanting more. Carrie, eat the meat. You need to eat the meat. There's no way that you can trick your body into eating a little tiny amount and still achieve your weight loss results. Coach Alyssa, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, and she says it seems I'm overeating because I don't get full like I used to, and that's something that Todd talks about a lot is like also healing your your sense of your ghrelin and your satiety signals. So you should get this sense of being full and hungry from the hormones that are signaling that you need the food and you need to stop, not by feeling full by the stretch receptors in your stomach. And so as you're healing, your body is going to give you different cues. And so it may just be part of this healing journey. So I would just encourage you, if you feel hungry, feed it. You're getting in touch with your body. You're helping your body to trust you that when it asks for food, you're going to give it to it and not withhold and restrict. So you don't have to rely on your stretch receptors to, just feel full. You're going to know it intuitively.
Oh, you're muted, Bella. Or maybe
Sorry.
we lost.
Let's do the next question.
Okay, perfect.
All right, Heber. I've been trying to hit priming for 7 weeks. I don't eat until stuffed, but I do 3 solid meals. Budget reasons, I've got a big stomach to fill. I feel stalled. I eat about 80 grams of raw butter a day. Okay, so I feel stalled. Heber, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but I want you to try something. Here's a little mini challenge, okay? Let me just connect my mic.
Disconnected. Is the mic back?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All right. I want to give you a little challenge, and next week I want you to come back and tell us how it went. 80 grams of butter. I don't even know what that even means, what that even looks like. You're currently eating 3 solid meals, but can you try something? And this is part of the lazy routine that I practice. Can you eat a breakfast the moment you wake up? Because I'm willing to bet that currently you're eating a late breakfast, maybe even pushing it to a lunch. But I want you to intentionally, starting tomorrow morning, eat that breakfast the moment you wake up and every single day until next week's live stream. And I want you to tell me how you feel and then maybe how you also feel in your clothes. But most importantly, observe your energy and your mood. That's it. Come back next week, please. Next. Pam, how do you know if you're ready to move on to the next level after priming? I'll have Coach Alyssa take this.
Yeah, so the way that Coach Raymond has the calendar set up is that you're going to move from the 3 meals, then you're going to move down to 2, and then you're going to move down to 1. And at any of these points, as you're lowering the amount of food you're having and you get into the fasting, he calls it like a test. And if you get through that first one and you feel okay, then you get to the second day of fasting and all of a sudden you're dizzy, you're nauseous, you're, lightheaded, brain foggy. These are ways that or your cravings come back or you're feeling super hungry. These are all signs you need to go back and prime. And so, how do you know if you're ready to move on? You stick close to the group. You come back every Tuesday to the priming and fasting, well, Monday and Tuesday for the priming and fasting calls. And you check in with Raymond and say, hey, this is how it's going. This is how I'm feeling. And he can actually listen to your unique situation and tell you either, yes, I think you're ready to move on, or no. But normally it's a very intuitive thing. So I always encourage everybody to come to the Monday and Tuesday nights to actually ask Coach Raymond himself. And he's really good at asking the exact right questions to fit your needs, tailored to your exact situation.
And again, the transformation challenge is going to be your best bet because that's where Coach Raymond teaches it week after week. It's every Monday and every Tuesday. And it is, after all, his protocol. So he comes to these live streams all the time. We'll probably catch him next week and you can ask him more about it. But the challenge is linked down below if you're ready to start. Okay, let me stop share. Angela says, what is your favorite broth? I've never fasted before. Any other tips you have on that? So my favorite broth is just any beef bone broth. I make my own with oxtails, throw it in the Instant Pot, cover it with just enough water, throw a couple of chicken wings as well. It really boosts the collagen and jiggliness. And then I pressure cook on high for 50 to 60 minutes, just depending how much time I have. And then that's it. It lasts all week. You can also batch pressure cook a ton and it could last a month. You can freeze it, reheat it. And then I've never fasted before. Any other tips you have on that? Fasting does not work until you're nourished. I'll be the first to say that. So that's why we get burnt out, crashed out members coming in and saying week after week, by the way, I'm doing 1 meal a day. Wait, I'm doing 72-hour fasts and I'm still not getting the weight loss that I want. How is this possible? Because your body is so hungry. Nourish before fasting. If you don't know if you're nourished, how are your cravings? How's your sleep? How's your energy throughout the day? And how is your mood? Things to observe. Next. Nancy, welcome. I've been carnivore for 3 months and I'm wondering why I have very thick mucus and phlegm. Have you experienced this, Todd?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can be a few things, but the very first one to look at is any kind of weird seasonings or dairy or even egg whites. I mean, any of the big ones, right? Those are going to cause that. And then after that, it can be, you could be oxalate dumping, or you could have like I don't know, Alyssa, do you on histamine intolerance? Is that something that comes with a histamine intolerance too?
Definitely can, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So oh no. So lots of things there that could be going on. And again, I know I sound like a broken record. This is why I spent $1,200 my first like 3 months on carnivore buying supplements, and I got sold every stupid thing because I kept having like I'd have a response to seasonings that I didn't know I should be having. And so I'd buy a supplement for it because I was trying to fight through it. I would have all these stupid, very common, very natural, what I know now to carnivore, uh, little short struggles or transition struggles that I just didn't understand. And I spent like $1,200 on supplements trying to, because I watched every video that would send me down a rabbit hole on how to fix this problem that I was having. And then I got into SBG for $30 a month, and I found out everybody started answering my questions within like the first call of all very common things, because there's so many people that have done this, that these type of things with just a few questions with you to see what you're doing, we can help you figure that out. And that's why it is so useful to join a community that can help you through all these pitfalls and to break all these stalls and answer these questions. So I'd highly recommend it.
amazing. Let me do this for you, Todd. I just saw it. Winter wants to know how long has Todd been carnivore and what was his starting weight?
My starting weight was 715 pounds, and this is my 34th month.
Love it. Amazing. Let's keep going.
All right.
Okay.
Do that pop up. There we go.
Yes. Awesome. So Shini followed up with, I didn't finish level 3 as I was hungry and weak. When I got off level 3, I started eating around 1 kilogram and now 800 grams. 9 months, strict carnivore, a bit sad. My gut is still not healing and ongoing bloating. I'll give this to Coach.
Yeah, I think that well, I hope you're an SBG and maybe you could come to open chat sometime this weekend and we could definitely help you troubleshoot some more. But yeah, I think you for now it might just be a time to go back and nourish some more. And there is a lot of gut healing in nourishing. So sometimes just getting 12 hours of gut rest at night is enough. You don't have to go into these long, deep fasts if your body's not ready for it. Just, a 12-hour break at night can really nourish and heal your stomach lining. And then you can continue eating breakfast first thing in the morning. You could try having some broth in the morning, which will help heal and seal the gut. So give those things a try, but definitely come into open chat so we can give you some more ideas because there's a lot of things it could be, and we can't list them all right now.
Exactly. Beautiful. Oro, okay, should I eat more fat if I only have a certain amount of protein available? What does this mean? Should I eat more fat if I only have a certain
Yeah, I
amount of
think
protein?
if he's saying that he's only got a certain amount of protein in his budget or a grocery budget, would fat be a good substitute?
Mm.
Okay. Well, protein is just as important as fat. You cannot survive with just fat. the fat fasting thing. Sure, you can do it if you want to try, but the whole beauty of carnivore is animal protein plus animal fat. So should I eat more fat if I only have a certain amount of protein available? Oh, so as in like he needs to stay under a budget, but can
Yeah.
afford to buy more fat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd say the answer to that is you can play with it a little bit. Like you could run on the
Yeah.
lower end of your protein threshold, and then you could, get your satiation and get some more nutrients from the fat. But there is a minimum amount of protein, and that's based off of like, each individual person, but it starts on a baseline by your height by pound of desired body weight. So if you want to be 200 pounds, you're going to want to eat somewhere around 200 grams protein, about a pound per lean. But you can get even down to like, zero point 0.8 grams or 0.7 grams. I wouldn't go any lower than 0.7 grams per pound of desired body weight, for what your range should be for your height, you know. But then you can substitute some fat for a while, I suppose. But you're going to want to work around that because there's going to be a time, especially if you're active, you're going to need some more protein.
Right. Okay, let's keep going. M. I'm on the line diet for Ehlers-Danlos, mold, etc. since August 2024. Tried to reintroduce whole foods for 4 days in June, then back to lion diet due to joint pain, migraines, and a 20-pound weight gain. It won't come off. Wow.
Wow.
For 4 days? Okay, well, let me give this to Coach Alyssa. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a sudden 20-pound weight gain after 4 days of being offline diet, that's 100% inflammation. That would just be fluid because it's impossible to gain fat that quickly. And so if it hasn't come off since June, that could still be mostly inflammation. So, just for example, let me tell you, when I went from regular carnivore to lion diet, I lost 15 pounds in 3 days. That was not fat, that was inflammation. And so, I would encourage you to, if you're not already back on strict lion diet, get strict lion diet, but you may need to do some work with your lymphatic system. So if you're able to do any amount of walking, do that. If you have a vibration plate, do that. Look up on YouTube some lymphatic drainage massages, dry brushing, the big six. So all of these things can help your lymphatic system start moving and clear out that extra fluid. So I hope that helps, and I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you, Alyssa. Joyce says, I'm so intrigued and interested in a carnivore diet, but like others, I have doubts. Will this type of diet help with gout? Ooh, too many members. Too many members. So, Joyce, you don't need to doubt anymore. Again, this is why we love these live streams. We get it. There's a lot of doubt in even thinking about a lifestyle centered around just meat, just red meat, and just butter and eggs only. So, you can always, all of you guys, ask away, get that doubt out of the way, because we can tell you. We work with people and we've been in this community for me almost 7 years. There's nothing I have not seen heal, go into remission, get better, completely go away. So just ask me and I'll tell you, yes, plenty of members who healed gout with carnivore.
Well, I did. Yeah.
Try
I mean, I had gout.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes, please
For sure.
share.
No, 100%. I had gout. It was ridiculous. I'd get a minimum of 7 flare-ups a year, and they were absolutely miserable. Up until I passed a kidney stone, that was worse. Gout was the worst pain I ever dealt with. And yeah, it was miserable. And they all lie to you and say that it's red meat that causes gout and all this nonsense. It absolutely is not. It is the oxalates from the bad food that we've been eating on standard American diet, and that is absolutely what causes gout. The best thing you can do for gout is be on carnivore. I had gout for about 9 years, and I haven't had gout now in over 2.5 years, and carnivore is what cured it. So absolutely, and just like Bella said, if you want to feel at ease about carnivore, don't listen to all the nonsense that's keeping everybody sick. The mainstream advice that everybody listens to has everybody so sick. It's got 88% of the population metabolically, destroyed, and 74% overweight or obese. But what I love about all the Zoom calls is that we watch people just absolutely heal. And so all the propaganda about meat being bad and about, all the bull crap about meat and saturated fats going to hurt you, we see that melt away every day by the hundreds of people. And that's the thing that'll absolutely change your mind when you see it for yourself on people's face and watch them get their life back. It's crazy.
We're a little bit jaded here because we see these miracle stories every day.
For sure.
So, and I always try to remind myself, Paula, this lifestyle is a miracle. Hello. Like, no wonder I can't shut up about it. No wonder I am constantly posting about it online, despite all the trolls that I get every day. But who cares? Because this lifestyle and this diet is changing lives. It is bringing back people who are close to death and bringing life back into them. And I know Todd experienced that himself. Okay.
100%.
So we're just seeing real life humans in front of our own eyes pretty much every single day in our community. So that's why when we come online on these live streams, we're already like, oh yeah, okay, that's another one. Oh yeah, diabetes can be reversed. Oh yeah, we've seen cancer be reversed. It's just wild. But don't forget that it starts with consistency, nutrition first, exactly what the team and I opened up with. The first thing you guys can do to change your life inside out is start with nutrition. Let's keep going.
For sure. And this is a great point. This next comment, if you blindfolded us and asked us all this same question or gave us the same comment, we would all have the same answer. I guarantee it, because this one's so obvious. And this is what you learn. Yeah. So, but go ahead.
Okay. Look at this. So Jan says, welcome, Jan, by the way. I've been following a carnivore diet for 8+ months, and I've lost 35 pounds and have stopped losing weight. However, I've noticed that when I comb my hair, lots of it falls out. Yikes. I'm sorry this is happening to you, Jan. As a female, I know how important our hair is. Jan, like Todd said, we're all kind of thinking the same thing. I just know it. If we said 3, 2, 1, say it, we're going to say the same thing.
You're under eating. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I love SPG, because we see this so much. When you have a stall and your hair's falling out, it's because you're under eating and you're malnourished, and that's why your hair's falling out, but also your metabolism just gets tanked. It's so valuable to see what goes on there in large numbers and watch people go through these same struggles over and over again, because that helps break people from this calorie restrictive model that everybody, that's like Stockholm beat into everybody in the American diet world,
Yeah, there it is. She's eating once a day.
Yep.
We called it. Yeah. This is just the beauty of experience. So we're living this, we're helping people with this day in, day out for years and years. So you can rest assured that this team of experts, they know what they're talking about, because they work with real people who are struggling with hair loss, energy loss, weight stalls. So Jan, our best advice to you, eat multiple meals a day. So 3 meals a day, please.
Better
a
advice,
little challenge.
join SPG and do the priming.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
She won't say it, so I'm going to say it for her.
And the link is there. So again, 90-day challenges for a reason. It's not 7-day challenge. It's not 14-day reset. It's a 90-day challenge because it actually takes 3 months to change your life and to make habits stick. These habits are not easy to make stick. So the team is ready to help you. Okay, Jan, just join. It's worth it. Julie, welcome. I've been carnivore since July 1st, lost 30 pounds, just had some labs done, and inflammation was off the charts. Okay. My cholesterol was crazy high. Okay. I'm doing clean carnivore, not even coffee. Advice. What constitutes your inflammation being off the charts? Because we're not even going to touch on it until you answer that question regarding inflammation being off the charts. Okay. I'm really curious. Julie, if you don't mind sharing more details. And then with the cholesterol being crazy high, just this morning, I had a Dr. Bright call. I'm collaborating with Dr. Bright to start her own Dr. Bright Hormone Healing, Thyroid Healing Community. And this morning, this was asked, what is a cholesterol number that is okay? And until what number is it not okay? Dr. Bright says anything 350 and below, or anything up to 350, you're fine. Don't even worry about it. She even said if it's over 350, that's when she's interested to see if you have thyroid issues. And I love that about her because she wants you to dig deeper. And just know Dr. Bright works with people constantly with thyroid issues, hypothyroid, hyperthyroid, Hashimoto's. But the fact that she gave everybody the ease of mind by saying anything up to 350, don't even be worried. Don't even be worried. Coach Alyssa, what are your thoughts on the crazy high cholesterol?
Oh yeah, same thing. I mean, the cholesterol being high doesn't tell us anything really. I mean, it could be familial, it could just be from eating a lot of animal fats. So definitely, you might be a lean mass hyperresponder. So you could just type that into YouTube and like LMHR, and you'll see all about how the studies have been done very recently to show that having crazy high cholesterol doesn't necessarily mean anything or have anything to do with your risk of having a heart attack. And as far as your inflammation goes, that could be from anything, like if you worked out or if you have a cold, like, inflammation being really high could just be a very temporary thing. So I wouldn't stress about that.
Yeah, including oxalate dumping. Oxalate dumping will send your inflammation off the chart. I did that 3 times this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So, okay, very insightful. Again, keep us posted. We do these live streams literally every single week. So let's keep going. KB. Oh, this was explained, but if you don't mind, Alyssa, what is a lion diet?
Ruminants, salt, and water. Ruminants are beef, bison, lamb, goat, elk, deer, etc.
And also
Perfect.
giraffes, if anybody's wondering. Giraffes are, I've never had one, but
Really?
it's on the menu online, just so you
Oh,
know.
who knew? That's crazy. Has anyone tried giraffe? Let me know, please. And how did it taste like? Did you, Todd?
No, but it is a ruminant animal. So I'm like, well, it's on the menu.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. Have you, Alyssa?
No, no.
I'm not even sure if it's legal, but
Okay.
it just makes me wonder because all the ruminant animals are food. And then I look at giraffes and I was like, who is hunting these?
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Okay, I got a message to share Dr. Bright's plans just in case anyone is a fan of Dr. Bright or just in case anyone really, really wants to heal thyroid. So, Dr. Bright just launched her own community. So, you can literally just sign up, hop on any of the calls that she does. She does 3 times per week. I'm there hosting alongside her to make sure everything runs smoothly. And we've got 2 tiers for Dr. Bright's community. One is the basic plan, $75 a month, and then the premium plan. Let me just explain the difference. If all you want is Dr. Bright answering your basic questions about what it takes to heal thyroid or to do high fat carnivore, then just do the basic plan. But if you are specifically wanting Dr. Bright to read your lab work, to dig deeper and figure out what is going on based off of your lab work, and then give you troubleshooting and a plan to follow to heal, then premium plan is going to be for you. She does lab work analysis every single premium call, and just thought I would bring that up. It is linked in the description box, I think, but I will make sure to link it if it's not right now. Okay, so that's just an option for those who need that type of help. Okay, let's keep going. AJ, welcome. What can we do about the under eating? Okay, if you have no appetite, Coach Alyssa.
Yeah, I would encourage you to try like what we teach in the community as gentle priming. And I mean, it really does start with breakfast. Eating as soon as you wake up, like Bella said earlier, and don't think of it as like, oh, I have to eat this huge breakfast for it to count. Look, if all you can manage to do is one bite of food and one bite of butter, mission accomplished. You got your first meal out of the day. Now set your timer for 2 hours, and I want you to eat another few bites in 2 hours, and just continue that all throughout the day as often as you can, even if it's just 1 or 2 bites, because eventually, and it may happen much sooner than you think, but eventually your appetite will open up. You just have to show your body what it needs, and then your body will recognize it, and it will ask for more.
Beautiful. Alyssa, will lion diet cure rosacea?
I've definitely seen it improve or cure rosacea for several people in the community.
Beautiful.
This is her
Christian
follow-up.
says,
Same. Yeah.
oh, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, no,
I'm
this is
currently
her follow-up.
Oh, okay. Currently 15 and have had red cheeks for no reason. Started raw and carnivore diet, improved a lot. So, do you think I should start a lion diet for a few months to get rid of it?
It's definitely worth a try. Yeah.
Definitely try it, Christian, and keep us posted. Cheering you on. All right, welcome. Can you answer my question for being so exhausted starting the diet? I'm eating 3 times a day, drinking the element, lots of butter. How long will this last? I'll take this. Exhaustion on a carnivore diet is not something that's bad. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Um, I myself experienced exhaustion, the need to sleep more, the need to just slow down and rest because healing is going on. I know that healing is this ominous thing. Like, how can you tell if you're healing? What are the concrete ways to tell? The initial exhaustion that you feel, if you just honor it and rest, eventually the energy will be back. Please make sure you're just eating enough. It sounds like you are. 3 times a day is solid. That's good. You could also be adapting. So give it more time. I want to say 30 days at least, but really ideally 90 days, hence our 90-day challenge. Okay, keep us posted.
Speaking of which,
All right, Joyce, I missed the beginning of the stream. Could you please reiterate what the 90-day challenge is? Absolutely. Todd, do you want to take over?
absolutely. Yeah. The 90-day challenge is basically we do a system of priming and fasting in the 90-day challenge. But now we've, through many of these months of doing this, we've seen that it really takes about 90 days to see the big turnaround on everybody. So we're challenging everybody to do it for 90 days. And Bella has sweetened the deal with $2,000 a month in giveaways. So it's pretty incredible what we're seeing happen right now. So you get rewarded because now, and it's not just on, it's not just on weight loss, but it's on actual transformation. So things that are healed, eating addictions that people are getting free from, and just healing across the board. And people are putting their stories out there, and the community and the team is kind of voting on it, and people are winning awesome cash prizes up to $2,000 a month. So it's incredible, and it just keeps everybody motivated. And in our Zoom calls, I think there's a Zoom call almost every day. I think it's 6 days a week. We have Zoom calls now for support and to answer questions and to show you what priming is, to show you what fasting is. Alyssa has an awesome sugar recovery and sugar addiction meeting, and she also has a lion diet meeting. We have women's only meetings and men's only meetings and NSV meetings and giveaways every week. It's incredible.
Yeah, thank you for that. That was a great summary. And I just want to share it's because of online communities. I'm biased because I did start my own, the Steak and Butter Gang, but it's because of these online carnivore communities that people eventually then meet up in person. They build friendships, they meet partners, they meet the bestest of friends. And this is why I love my Steak and Butter Gang team. Okay, this is the meetup. If you're looking for an in-person meetup, here it is. July 4th to 5th. The next one is next year, July 4th to 5th. Our first one was actually this year, and it was so much fun that Todd and I were like, how can we not do it again? So it's happening again. What are you excited about?
I'm excited about meeting everybody. That's the most fun, and that's what our meetup is different than some of the ones going on out there, because we decided we all do the conferencing thing and everything on YouTube, and everybody gets to ask the technical questions. But the meetup that we do is centered around celebrating the 4th of July, but really just a giant barbecue and a VIP dinner. So it's about the food and about meeting people in person and building communities in person. And so that's what I think set it aside. And I personally think we set a new bar because it was awesome. It was absolutely my favorite one I've been to yet.
And
Same
you know
here.
what? I'm also looking forward to getting a concert from Bella and Max next year.
Mm.
That is happening. Yep. We're going to rent a piano and we're going to perform our butts off for you guys because come on. Piano or music, meet, community, there's nothing better. And we want to make next year's 4th of July so memorable and so much fun. I just can't wait to see you guys. So if you're interested, sbg.events for that. It's going to be awesome. All right, let's do one more question and then we'll wrap up. Beautiful. All right, Luba, welcome. AI overview says that the lean mass hyperresponder condition is reversible by reintroducing carbohydrates. Is that what lean mass hyperresponders should do, Alyssa?
No. I mean, if there's some kind of situation where, let's say, you have to pass some type of, low cholesterol test for insurance, we're not trying to say to do anything shady, but I'm just saying, sure, you could eat some carbs to make the numbers go down temporarily. But the point of the study is that there was no correlation between super high cholesterol and heart disease. So it's basically saying you don't need to worry about having high cholesterol. I mean, get yourself checked out, test all your other health markers, but having very high cholesterol is not a death sentence or anything to stress about.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So again, we do these every week. We hope to see you guys come back next week. I did want to wrap up with one more thing, just in case we have carnivores living near Florida. We're now like a month and a half, less than that, away from Hack Your Health. If you're new to the carnivore community, Hack Your Health is an amazing convention to learn more about the lifestyle, to meet some of your favorite doctors who attend and speak. And it's going to be in Tampa, Florida. So the discount code for Hack Your Health is linked down below in the description box. And it is happening November 14th to 16th. So highly recommend it. My team and I will be speaking. I'll also be speaking at another one with Dr. Baker, with Dr. Wiedemann, with Kelly Hogan, with Carnivore Ray, with Max German, with Carnivore JT. Just the most amazing, wonderful voices in the low carb and carnivore space all get together for this convention every year and use discount code carnivore to get $100 off your ticket for that. Okay, so just so many things going on. You literally can just pick and choose. And if you don't feel like attending anything, we have these live streams for free every Friday night. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
We will speak. Have a beautiful weekend.